If you are a swing trader and not using Fibonacci retracements, you are likely missing out on identifying pullbacks and reversals with high likelihood. Unlike other tools that focus on specific levels, Fibonacci identifies key price zones within larger moves. In this video, I will show how to use Fibonacci retracements to refine swing trading strategies. Fibonacci retracements help us identify potential support and resistance zones during a pullback within a trend. The Fibonacci sequence is a fascinating mathematical pattern that appears throughout nature, art, and with our luck, even financial markets. It is a sequence of numbers where each number is a sum of two preceding numbers, forming a naturally occurring ratio that appears in various systems. The sequence starts with 0 and 1. When we add these two, we get 1, which becomes the next number in the sequence. Now taking the last two, 1 and 1, their sum gives us 2. Continuing this pattern, the next number is found by adding the last two numbers 2 and 3, resulting in 5. As we repeat this process, the sequence grows, producing 8 and then so on 13, 21 and beyond. After this, the numbers expand very rapidly. Now let's consider two numbers, for example 89 and 144. Their ratio is 0.618. Another pair of numbers 33 and 377. Their ratio also 0.618. From this point onwards, this ratio remains consistent across all higher numbers. This is why it's known as the golden ratio. If we apply the same approach on alternating numbers, skipping one number in the sequence, for instance 144 and 377, their ratio will continuously result in the ratio 0.38. Repeating this by skipping two numbers, their ratio is consistently 0.236. In trading, Fibonacci retracement levels are derived from these relationships and aid in identifying potential price reversal zones. The last one is calculated from the square root of our golden ratio. Interestingly, there is a number that doesn't belong to the sequence but is frequently encountered in financial trading. It is 0.5, and this is a very popular indication level. When applying Fibonacci retracements in trading, instead of considering these levels as precise lines, it may be beneficial to view these levels as zones. With this, our first zone is marked by the top 23.6%. This is a shallow retracement zone typically seen in really strong trends. Our next zone is the area between this and 38.2%. This represents a moderate pullback level. 50% is linked to Dow theory, which suggests markets tend to retrace 50% of their previous movement before moving again forward. Then the area between this and 61.8%, which is our golden ratio, this is the most significant level. And finally the zone until 78.6 level. It represents a deep pullback within a trend, often acting as the final support or resistance zone before a full reversal. Once the price breaks below this zone, it is often a signal of trend failure. When we observe a bullish price movement, we often perceive pullbacks as a sign of weakness. However, these zones help us understand how the price might react at particular levels. Throughout my years of trading, I've rarely encountered a price formation where after a substantial pullback, the price immediately resumes its bullish trajectory. Usually there's a period of consolidation and only then the price takes back. Let's see the key steps to follow to use this tool correctly. Our first step will be to identify the dominant trend. This gives us the foundation to apply Fibonacci levels to find optimal retracement zones. Fibonacci retracement is typically applied after a bullish move has completed and a pullback is evident. This tool helps determine the extent of the pullback or the possibility of a reversal. Our second step is to identify the swing high and swing low. For a bullish trade, identify the swing low, which is the lowest point where the uptrend began, and the swing high, which is again the highest point before a retracement happen. Remember that we are looking for highest and lowest prices achieved during the bullish run and not necessarily the candle open and close points. These 2 points are critical because they define the range over which we will apply the Fibonacci retracement levels. Now that we have identified the swing high and swing low, our next step is to apply Fibonacci retracement levels. This can be easily done by selecting the Fibonacci retracement tool from the tool selection menu. Since it is not a technical indicator, it's not found alongside other indicators. To apply the tool, we will first select the lowest point of our trend and then drag it to the highest point. I usually extended to further to the right so that future price candles fall within these zones. Our final step is to set up the trade and place a stop loss order. We can set up the entry point once we notice that the trending is consolidating and at least one candle closes above the level following the candle that breaches the level. For the stop loss order, I use a stop loss as one zone below the entry zone. Otherwise, it can also be set at our swing low. Now let's go through a few examples. Our first example is from Netflix stock. Here we have a bullish move. We identify the swing low and swing high and set up our Fibonacci retracement levels. In this example, the price pulls back to 38.2% zone, but this level provides strong support. With the following candles closing above the zone, this is our cue where we can set up the trade with stop loss at a lower zone. And as you see, the price continues to move back and continues on its bullish trend. In our next example, with the same stock, the pullback finds support at 61.8% level, which is our golden ratio. Following this point, again the price reverses. This is again a classic formation that we can see often in bullish stocks. Our final example, in this case, the price has breached the 78.6% zone and struggles to close above the zone. As this is very recent and from this week, let's see how the market behaves in coming days. If the price fails to close above the zone within the next 2 to 3 candles, I would likely skip this trade. Please like this video and leave a comment to share your thoughts and questions. Also share if there is a specific topic that you would like me to cover in a future video. The purpose of this channel is to share our learnings and grow together.